So now that you've gone through a couple weeks of eating off of the peak performance foods list, it's time to start understanding phase two of this, which is your priming phase. This is where we're going to be trying to help you establish a baseline and a maintenance calorie level. The great thing about this phase is that once you understand how to find your maintenance and how to maintain that, then you're never going to have to be scared of gaining fat or being overweight again, because you'll know exactly how to find that maintaining place where you can keep your weight and keep your fat loss results forever. Now, eventually, you're going to get to a point where you have been eating at maintenance for so long that you don't really have to track anymore. You know what it looks like. You know what your protein intake needs to look like. You can kind of eyeball. But for a while, we do have to get very granular with it, with some tracking, because that's going to be the most accurate and the most predictable. Now, if you ever are at a place where you feel like the scale is tipping up on you a little bit, like I said, you don't have to be scared, because you can always come back to this method of a couple weeks of tracking your food, figure out where things are going wrong, and be able to tweak from there. So, like I said, you're eyeballing things. You're like, oh no, the scale's going up a little bit. Let's go back to tracking for a week. Let's see how much I'm eating. Let's repeat that the next week. And then you can see, okay, that's causing the scale to creep up a little bit. Now I know where to tighten things up a bit. And that's kind of where we're going to be for the next couple weeks here. Is we want you to be able to go in and track your food, everything that you're eating, and we don't really want you to change much. So, really, the goal here is to just try to eat like you normally would, in a way that makes you feel satisfied. And then, once we get an average for how much you're eating this week, we're going to repeat that the next week. And then we can compare both weeks to see, all right, is this causing your weight to trend up? Is it trending down, or is it staying the same? And then we can kind of get a feel for where you maintain and where your weight's going to stay the same. Now, a big part of this is to be very accurate with your tracking for the next couple weeks, and to make sure that you are getting a body weight each morning when you wake up. So those are the two biggies this week: is to track your food as accurately as possible, and to make sure that you are getting a morning body weight first thing when you wake up, after you've used the restroom, and not wearing any clothing, because we don't want to have any variance in things like clothes. And make sure you're putting all of this inside of your app so that your coach can see it. We need to be able to see the calories. We need to be able to see your body weight so we can get those averages. All right. So that is where we are going to be focusing for the next couple weeks. Your coach is going to be here to help you through all of this too.